Can someone please explain, is this normal? That some of your coffee cups look like this when you are moving slash in the situation of a renovation of an apartment. Is this normal? In my case, this is normal because this has something to do with a future project. I thought I show you this for two different reasons. On the one hand, if you tell me that you have some things like this in a coffee cup as well, then I would feel not so alone and so weird. And on the other hand, these are the pieces I found on my construction site slash in my apartment during the renovation, which are too thick and too bulky to put them in my journal. And I want to do something with them on a little like display panel as a decoration for my new apartment. So that's the reason why I have put them in here. I didn't want to forget to tell you that, so that you, if you follow this series from the very beginning, are not confused where these items have gone. So stay tuned for the video where I will do this. Of course, I will do that together with you. I know that some of you watch my videos really exactly. That makes me really happy, but you know, then it's of course good to know where these things will go. When I'm filming this, pretty close to the day where my furniture, yay, will be transported from Austria here to my apartment in Germany. I'm excited. I'm really hoping that nothing will go wrong on that day. But that is also the reason why I can't tell you exactly when the next videos will come. I mean, there will come videos, but you know, this will probably come a little later, but the normal content on my channel, you know, 2 videos or 3 videos per week will stay there. Yeah, that will come. Yeah, but I don't know when this other project will come. But what I know is that I got a really cute envelope from one of you. Please don't be confused. I've already removed this here because there was the address. And I want to take this to make a pocket to put the letter I received with this envelope in. And this is so cool. Look what I got. Really amazing vintage buttons. And if I hold them closer, you can see that there's written something. They say Roma, Paris, and this word is laundress. I don't know exactly what that means, to be honest. Laundress. But the important thing is Roma. I want to use one of these gorgeous buttons in here as a memory of this really cute Happy Mail. So thank you very much for that. And look how many these are. They are so amazing. And they even have different colors, slightly different. Really cool. But I'm thinking, I think we need 3 of those buttons because the backside is also really nice. We could make an arrangement, for example, like this. Look, that looks really good. And the envelope I want to use to make a pocket. And that is also something I need in my journal here because I want to just have to cut this off. This was this little bag where the paperwork was in for the taxes and so on. I need pockets in here to be able to store some papers, and I also want to use up the pieces from my collage fodder buffet. You can already see something peeking into the screen here. I have the rest of my collage fodder buffet around me. If you have missed that video, you can find it in the playlist linked below this video. I made this collage fodder buffet to have pieces at hand. I just used, if you haven't seen the video, I have just used such a box to throw everything in. But the idea is to make ephemera pieces slash collage fodder pieces which match the theme of your journal, because they are made from items you want to use in the journal, for example paper or whatever. you have chosen, the fabric or whatever you have chosen for the journal. And when you then take all of that and make those collage photo pieces or ephemera pieces, then you have everything in one spot. Well, what am I doing here? I'm trying to decide for a portion of this envelope that I can turn into a pocket, which then can hold this. It's not so easy while talking to do that. Can I remove this bubble wrapping so that is... No, okay. Can I pop these? Do I have a needle? Oh my goodness, that will take forever. I want to have this flat. Can I somehow pop these things so that they are flat? What I'm trying to say is, a collage for the buffet is really, oh, I have something. It's really helpful because then you have things at hand. Where is this thing? That you can use in your journal, which match the theme, the colors and so on. And you have something then where you can just, you know, take this box, grab something, and it will fit because you have made it from the same materials you've chosen in the beginning, and you don't have to start from scratch every single time. You need a collage photo piece or an ephemera piece. I find that really, really helpful. And this is not working, even if this is normally meant to poke holes. I want to pop these things so that it is not so... Oh, it's not possible. This is a really high quality envelope. Not only beautiful, but... Okay. It doesn't want to lose the air, so we will use it with the air. But not here. That looks like, you know, the last page, and this looks like that is not good. It has to be somewhere where it is more showcased than here on this weird last page. I want to use this page because I don't want to cover up so much of my backgrounds I have on the other pages. Can I please have a transparency to sew on here? I mean, yes, that makes it even more thick, but then I could put this behind and I could still see it. It would be in the context of this background. Yes, of course I have a transparency. Oh no, why have I... Oh my goodness. Have I just cut the this off, this plastic bag where the paperwork was in, and I could have used that for this, for exactly what I just said? Okay. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. Okay. I will run to my sewing machine, sew this on, and cut that off here. Do you know those moments where you feel completely silly and at the same time so genius? I just had such a moment. Before sewing this back onto this piece of the envelope, I did a little fast flow stitching. I show you that from the back. Can you see it then better? No, you can't. Let's look through this transparency here. And with that, this is now totally flat. Can you see? I went totally crazy here with my stitching, and that made that the air of most of these bubbles went out, and now it's really flat. Okay, let's glue this down. I can't thank you enough for what you are doing to me and how much you are thinking about me, and this with this Rome thing that shows that you know me so well. And sometimes I get these messages like, Louise, I was in the supermarket and there was this or this and that, and I have to think about you. I had to think about you because of blah blah blah. Yeah, what you have seen on my channel, for example, things that I like to eat, or like Rome, things like cities where I like to be, and you know me so well. And even if it's a little differently the other way around, I feel so connected to you, and I can't express how much joy you bring to this time and to my life with these things. It's just so amazing. So I want to say a very, very big thank you, not only to the person who has sent this to me, but also to all of the others who have sent happy mails to me and left comments below my videos, because that is somehow a happy mail as well, not in form of a package, but with words, and that makes me really, really happy. And I got so many lovely emails, and it's just so amazing. Okay. Of course, these buttons have to go somewhere here, but that is now absolutely no problem. We can just decide how we want to attach them. Perhaps we can make a little something here, which can then hold them. And for that I want to use some of my collage for the buffet pieces, in this case this one, and that's what I was trying to say before. If you haven't seen the other video, this is also one of the collage for the buffet pieces, and now I can just take this, and because it already looks so wonderful, I can just put it here and it's ready to go. I don't have to wait for this to dry, or you know, all of that stuff that can be nerve-wracking. I have this little piece of lace laying around here, so let's make this a little bigger by tearing it, but not completely, like this. I need this to be like this, so that Roma is readable. Ooh, oh no. Okay, I think that will not work. I think I have to put a little bit of this lace in between of this paper and the buttons. It's not paper, it's corrugated cardboard, cardboard, I don't know. And with that, makes it it's really hard to get a connection between the button and this irregular surface of the, yeah, that is way better. I can immediately feel that the glue grabs immediately. This is bookbinder's glue, by the way. So that is perhaps a little trick for you as well. Take something, just a little piece of something, like fabric, lace or so, put that between the irregular surface and your button, or whatever you want to glue there, and you will immediately feel the difference. The glue can grab then really easily, and that way I can press it just a little bit and then I can go on. That is from a really old cigarette box. I also have this, that is the back, and I have two more because I found two cigarette boxes below the old flooring of my apartment, but I want to back them with something to make sure that this can't fall apart. I want to do that in a really, really easy way. I'm just thinking about what material could be good for the backing. Some material left here. Look, this is also from a tool we used for something. I also have this. This should be good. I mean, it's the same material, obviously, but this should be good because it's big enough. So let's cut this apart. Ooh, look. The colors even fit here. Oh, that is great. I'm just realizing that these would also make really nice frames for a photo or so. But I just can't do it. I can't do that. I just want to sand these edges because, I mean, we could, do you know what I could do? But not in this moment, because I don't have the right materials at hand. If you have something like this, let's say we could do the following thing. You have something where you want to leave this visible. Ha! That is such an easy solution. Let's take an overhead transparency and print the photo for this like frame onto an overhead transparency. Take that, put that over here, cut that to the same size like this, and just staple it here. Can someone please remember me in the comments that I want to do that? Oh my goodness, I have to write that down somehow. / remind myself while I will edit this video later that I want to try that out, because I think that could look really, really interesting. But that would also mean, if I want to do that, I have to change my mind now, or the plan, what I wanted to do here, because when I have overhead transparencies with photos on here, I don't want to hide these things in pockets. Definitely not. I think a few seconds ago I said that I want to make pockets for these because I thought that I want to just put them in there, but that is not an option now anymore. Definitely not. I want to just glue them down and then add the photo over here later. But how can I manage that? Because when I glue this down now, I can't staple in here anymore. And attaching overhead transparencies to such a material is not so easy. In German we would say, let's make Trick 17. That is trick 17. Let's just take a piece of double-sided tape just to hold this in place until I am able to search for my overhead transparencies, and then I can just tear this off here. I mean, that will not ruin the page. The tape is way too thin to ruin the page. And then I can take it off, put the transparency with the photo over here, and then glue it back to the page with some stronger glue. And by the way, I have a little surprise for you, because I made a freebie from these and also some other things I found on the construction site. For example, this ticket here, the cigarette packages, and some other really vintage items. I've scanned them and turned them into a freebie for you. I can't show that to you in this moment, because at the moment when I record this, it's just, you know, like a raw thing on my computer. It's on my website now, you know, when you see the video, it's already there. So you can download that and use that for your own creations. And I also want to thank you with that for all of your nice thoughts and your nice messages and all you do. It's just so amazing to have this feeling that you all are here with me. It's perfect here. This always bothered me. Do you remember this fail here? I had, I mean, when we made this, I had a little fail. And behind this here, I've cut something out from the page to keep that, because I didn't want to cover that up. And then I repaired the page with this strange thing. And now this is just perfect here. But perhaps we can make this even more interesting by gluing something behind there to also perhaps cover these staples up a little bit. I mean, I have to laugh because the whole journal is made from trash and I want to cover up ugly things. I mean, what am I doing here? And what I also wanted to say is, so many of you have told me in the comments that you think that my English is good and that some even have written that my English is better than the English of some people you know. That is really cute. To be honest, I can't completely believe that, but somehow it must be true if you write it. I mean, you won't lie to me. But that makes me really, really happy that you see that like that. But there was something that was a little bit embarrassing, because there was someone who told me that the expression "in my eyes" is not correct English. And I believed in that and tried to improve that and tried to, you know, realize when I say that expression. And I corrected myself in some videos. And then you taught me that I can say that and that it's okay to say that. And I find that really, really nice. And it's also really, really helpful, because when you write comments about expressions, then, or words, I don't know, then in, yeah, let's say 80% of the cases, I can remember what you have written while I'm talking. That works not always, because I have to concentrate what I'm doing, and sometimes things are difficult for me because I have to decide what I want to do on my page, or, you know, explain a technique, and then I mix up words. It's not so easy for me to do something and at the same time talk. Even in German that doesn't work all the time, but it's really, really helpful that you do that. And there have been so many comments about this expression "in my eyes." So sometimes I say, "In my eyes, this looks good," for example. And there have been one or two people who told me that that is not good English, or that you can say that better. And then you have said, I can say that, or you love when I say that, and so on. And I think I need to say this now, because otherwise you could think she is crazy and she doesn't read the comments. I do read the comments. And I'm really happy that you do that. But I have already recorded some videos for the future. Sometimes, especially with the things for Tim Holtz, you know, I'm a maker for Tim Holtz. And when I make some projects for him, I record videos in advance and for, you know, the next months. And that is sometimes very, you know, how can I say that? I need this somewhere else. Where is this photo? I mean, it can happen I record a video today and that is then published in 3 months or so. Yeah, that is perhaps a little bit too long, but in a few weeks. And I think I have recorded videos where I also say "in my eyes" and excused for that. So if you see those videos, please don't think that I haven't read your comments below the other videos. I have read them, and I really appreciate what you have written there. And the only problem is that, you know, I already had recorded the videos, and then you have written those comments that I can say "in my eyes" and that is correct somehow. And I guess there are some videos where I still think that it is not okay, which are coming, or not correct, which are coming in the future. So please don't be confused when I, in those videos, will correct myself again. That's just because I've already recorded them. They are already scheduled in my YouTube plan. That is sometimes a little bit difficult, because when you suggest something after you have watched my video, then it's already too late for me to do something or to react. Or, you know, for example, I do something in my journal and then you suggest something, and when I then read the comment after I published the video, my time is already, you know, a few days or sometimes weeks ahead, and then it's hard to react to something like a suggestion or so. But I hope you know that I try my best to do that anyway, and to, yeah, talk about those things then later, so that you then can understand that. On this page, And that is also the reason why I have this little cookie, fortune cookie quote here. This says, Willkommen zur Geburtstagsfeier. Lass uns das Glück vervielfachen und gemeinsam eine wundervolle Zeit erleben. This is a really strange fortune cookie quote. I have never had something like this. This means, welcome to the birthday party. Have you ever had a fortune cookie quote that said something about a birthday party? Weird. Let us vervielfachen. When you Did you really say that my English is good? I mean, what the heck? Take the... I will try a rough translation, okay? Try the luck and make that into more, yeah, even more luck. And let's have a great time together. Multiply is multiplizieren, so 3 by 3 is 9. That is not the right word, but it must be something like something similar. Nevertheless, this is here because this photo was taken on the on May 7th in a house which has the number 11. This is coincidence. And perhaps you remember that I made the video where I made this card with the blue bird for my landlord Sasha. And on this photo you can see him on his birthday reading the card with this blue bird. When I had this here, I suddenly realized that this blue is only here and that it is nowhere else in the journal. I have other colors, like for example this extreme yellow from this tape, that are going through the whole journal. You know how I constructed this journal, so it's pretty cohesive even. Have you realized that I haven't said relatively cohesive? I'm learning. You know, if you know, you know. This is pretty cohesive because I used so many of the same materials in different spots. Yeah, the tape is through the whole, goes through the whole journal. This wallpaper with this really extreme color is on several different pages. These black and white things are like a theme that goes through the whole journal. But this blue is somehow only here and nowhere else. And I thought I want to have more of this blue because I really like this page and especially this combination of the yellow and the blue. So I thought, what could I do? So I went to my own shop and thought, what could I use? And I have recently put this item into my shop. This is a digital printable paper. If you know me, then you know what this is, but for the people who are new here, it's a digital printable paper called White Lawn. You get 10 printable pages in DIN A4 size. If you see 21 by 29.7 centimeters, that is nothing else than DIN A4. You can easily print this to US letter size as well. You will then just get a little border which you can either cut off or decorate. Don't be confused. This is not the aspect ratio of the printable. It's full size. This is just the preview. I want to make your life easier so that you can always in my videos see the preview of the item so that you can remember better when you are in my shop what you have seen in the video if you want to purchase this for your own collection of digital paper. And of course you can also print this out. You will get this page with the download as well. You can print that out for your organization system in your craft room. If you have more printables and you want to, for example, put this to a folder, then you can see immediately what is in there and how it's called. And of course you can also use this and cut tiny ephemera pieces out of this. Yeah, but this is just for orientation. The link to this item, White Lawn Journal Backgrounds, is down below in the description box. I have printed these pages so that I get always 2 pages on one sheet. So this is not the original size you get in the shop. When you get it and you print it to a full sheet of paper, then it's this direction. The image is horizontally and the full page. Yeah, so don't be confused. I just wanted to have these in a little smaller scale. I have already used some of them, but the rest I can show you. If you want to see all of the pages, then you can please visit my shop and look to the preview pictures of this item. Of course, you can see every single page there in the preview of the item. And I want to use these to bring more of this blue into my journal. I thought this fits really, really well together. And now I'm thinking, what else do I have that I want to put into a pocket? And I think that is, first of all, this thing here, this original vintage ticket. I found that under the flooring, and oh, look at these colors. It's perfect. You could even use the freebie from today. There's this on the freebie as well, and combine that with this. I mean, look, oh my goodness. How can I do that now? Where would it look nice? I want to make a really simple pocket where I can put this in, but I think we have to back this with something else as well, because otherwise that will drive me completely crazy. So let's perhaps take this and first cut this out. I will just cut around it so that I can better see what I'm doing here. I've printed this to 110 GSM photo paper. You can of course use the paper of your choice if you want to do something like this. I prefer photo paper for printing digitals because the colors come out way better. So this is matte photo paper. Of course you can print printables to glossy photo paper as well, but just wanted to give you the information what I have here. So I've just folded this around so that I can approximately see how far this will go into the pocket. I want to also protect this a little bit by putting it into this pocket. And now, shall we? Yes, we shall just cut this off. So let's be really brave and take our scissors instead of a paper trimmer. Oh, this is totally wonky. Okay. Okay. I can't help myself. I have to just correct this with my paper trimmer. I will also cut this off now. I just made this fold to be able to see how big the pocket approximately has to be. I mean, I'm eyeballing this. This has nothing to do with exact measurements because it's just not necessary to do that. So then I think we can make a little notch here. Holy moly. Okay. Oh, by coincidence, I got a second tiny pocket. I've just used this to have 2 layers of this paper because sometimes it's hard to punch through only 1 layer of paper. I don't know why that is, but it's a fact. That is sometimes not so easy, and it helps when you then take a second piece of paper and just put that behind there. But that is now good. We have 2 pockets. You can use the other one for something else. And of course you could use these papers also for something completely different. You could use them as journal pages, of course. I mean, that's why they are called journal backgrounds, because it's a full page, you know, fold it in half and use it in your journal. But of course, you could also make your own ephemera out of these. Just cut some journaling cards, pockets. Pockets are not ephemera, you know what I mean. You can make tuck spots or tags or whatever out of them. And just cut them into the shape you want. Shall we? We need to back this with something. I had a piece of a paper bag here, which says, Labertaschen gibt es woanders. And this is really, really extremely funny in English, in German, because this was a paper bag. Labertaschen. I have let me explain this. I have a second piece of this because the print, this quote, was on the back and the front of this paper bag, and I will use the other part for putting that into my journal as a pocket. Perhaps we can do that in this video as well. But look, that is, oh, yes. So I will now use this on the back and I will cut something off here. So that makes no sense. If you have a funny quote, why would you cut it off? Because I have a second one and I will use the second one with the quote as it is. And what does the quote says? So in German, there is a word which is funny, and the word is Labertaschen, or that is plural. Labertasche is singular. And oh my goodness, how can I explain that? Labern, the verb labern is a word that means talking, but it's not a nice word. If you talk, then you say something that makes sense, for example, or something that is nice. Yeah. And when you say, for example, laber doch nicht, don't laber, that means that the person wants to tell you that what you are saying makes no sense, or that it is not true. Can be used in different contexts. Contexts. I don't know. In several different contexts. You got me. And Labertasche is basically something like this: talking, labern, yeah, and bag, talking bag, but talking in this way of labern, and this is a Tasche, a bag, Tasche, bag, yeah, does that make sense? And when this says Labertaschen gibt es woanders, that means those like talking bags, Labertaschen, are existing somewhere else. I don't know if that makes sense. Probably not. But do you know what makes sense? Is that we take some numbers here and do something that the little Barbara in me tells me to do now. Hi, Barbara. If you don't know 49 Dragonflies, Barbara, please visit her channel and what am I doing with this? Visit her channel, and if you like what you see there, then please subscribe to her channel. She is just amazing. And she always, well, not always, but very often uses these handles of the paper bags, and she's probably now laughing because normally I say, go away with your paper bag handles. I can't handle that. But I saw something again on in one of her journals. I can't even remember which one it was, where she has stamped to this, or not this, this is my handle, to a handle of a paper bag with some numbers, and I thought, why don't I try this here? 2024, March 17. That is the date I have on the front cover of this journal as well. It's a special date. Okay. Oh, wonderful. That is really wonderful. But it's not enough. I need more. I need more. By the way, these numbers come from this set. Merchant CMS 331. Can we perhaps... I want some... Let me take this as it is. Let me press this in. I usually don't weed my stamps. Can you see this is still this material which is meant to take it off? You know, then you would be left with this. But I like to have this on here and put the stamps back in there after stamping. I know that takes a little bit of time, but that way I can also use this whole thing like this you know, ink everything. By the way, wheat is a really good word, isn't it? Everyone can understand it, no matter if you speak German or English or whatever. Wheat is like music. It's a language that everyone can understand. I don't want to stamp to my ticket, and I don't want to have the stamping like, you know, overlapping here. I just want to have tiny like fragments of this. Oh, now I have something similar like Barbara had, but this is this phenomenon when you make something you've seen on another person's channel or on Instagram or whatever, wherever. You do it and you think, okay, it's there, but what I have seen was way more amazing, and I definitely have to practice this stuff. But I have this here now, and I like it already a little bit, but I think we can make this even more interesting. Here is some gold. This ticket is something special. So let's take my golden pen here. And I think it would look great if we would go around here. It's always the same. I can't get this open. I'm really asking myself, do you know what I did in the morning? It's not possible to get this open, and it's clean from the inside. I have no idea. And I have this tool here still with me because there's no other chance to get this pen open. I have this here, this clamp, and I did the following trick. I mean, you need 5 minutes to open such a pen. That is really helpful, thank you. But it works, as you can see. With these little things, it hurts my fingers so much that drives me crazy. But now, I think we can do this. Shall we do a whole line, or... Yeah, I think so. To make it not too confusing for the eye. Just go around here. Yeah. What do you think? It's a little bit invisible, perhaps. Let's make it a little wider. And I also want to thank you for your feedback about this thing with the bread and the salt. Do you remember that from the last video? I asked you if that is existing where you live, this tradition that you get bread and salt from, for example, your neighbors or your friends. I got some in a Happy Mail, and I have talked about that in one of the last videos. Was it the last video? I can't remember. No, it was not the last video. One of the last videos. I don't know. And there have been so many people who have talked about or written about the traditions you know with bread and salt, and I found that so interesting. Thank you so much for sharing all of those things, because I mean, we are in so many different areas in the world, and I find that always so interesting to hear about that. And that makes this, again, I feel like a broken record, but it is like it is. That makes this community just so special. And there was someone who, I'm so sorry, I can't remember your name in this second. There was someone who has written a quote from a movie, and I have also already put that to a card made with the white lawn printable. I will show you that in a second. I don't forget about that. I did that in the German video. To be honest, I was in such a flow when I recorded my German video a few, like 55 minutes ago, to be honest, to be clear. I was in such a flow that I didn't realize that, you know, an English-speaking person has written the comment, and that it would probably have made more sense to write the comment into my journal in the English video, because then the chance is high that the person sees this. So I will quickly show you the card, because, you know, I did it in the German video. And that is also another idea on how you could use this white lawn printable, or of course any other printable that you might have. Look, I made this little belly band here in one of the last videos where it says bread and salt for the new home. This is German. And I have taken one of my white lawn printables, also in the same size I've just shown you, like this, cut it out, folded it in half, sewn it together, so that I then at the same time had a front side and a back side. And I've used the back to write this quote on there from the movie A Wonderful Life is the movie called, I think. I have to write it somewhere here. Bread that they may have, I think bread, that is not the right, bread. It's bread, isn't it? Bread that they may never know hunger, salt that their life may always have flavor, and wine that that joy and prosperity may reign forever. It's here. Do you know what? I was so happy when I could put the quote on here, because that was for me a reason for really journaling in this journal. Can you tell me why? My goodness. Sometimes I really don't know what I'm doing. I mean, why? I mean, why? Okay. The first thing is, I was happy that I could really journal in my journal just by taking the quote from the comment and put it to my card. Thank you for that. I'm freaking out. And with explaining and doing this stuff, and here Labertaschen, yeah, I'm a Labertasche. This is the perfect example for what is written on this paperback, because I'm talking, because I want to communicate with you, explain things, what I'm doing here, explain my thoughts, and then this happens because I am a Labertasche. That means, I mean, what, how, I mean, why, how, and yeah, what is this? I think I really lost some brain cells during the process of making this, because with this handle, of course, we can't put that in here. I mean, how shall that be possible? We have a pocket here now. Thank you. Thanks for listening. I am so sorry. Just happens. I don't know why, but it happens. So this has to go somewhere else. And it probably makes sense if this is, you know, we could even. Don't make more mistakes, Louisa. Think about this first. We could somehow also turn this into a tuck spot or a pocket. How can I do this? I mean, we can now glue this so that it is still a pocket, and then I make a card from another piece of the printable. Then we would at the same time have more blue. That was the plan. So let's take this. Do you know how that came? That came because I explained this thing with the Labertasche and told you that this came from a paperback, and that I have a second one which I want to use with the handle, and then I mixed it up. I think that is, yeah, I mean the result is the same, Louise. if you have an explanation for what happened or not. The result is still the same. But it's probably even better. I mean, let's see the positive things. It's probably even better like this, because then this gorgeous thing is showcased way more when it's on the pocket instead of in the pocket. Self-reflection. That is very important. What if we take this, or even this one, cut that in half, so that is basically the same thing I did with the other card where I have put the quote on from the film, movie. In German it's film, and in English it's movie. That is so confusing, because film is an English word as well, isn't it? So we can now just take this. I think I will not sew around here to just have a different look of this paper than on the other page. I will just take this and put it in here as a little journal paper. And oh my goodness, look how beautiful this is. Oh, when it peeks through this little... Oh, I love handles. We could, oh my goodness, we could even... If this bothers you, that it is... Do you know what I mean? You could make a pocket with just do the weirdest shape in the world. Haha! New pocket idea. Here we go. We don't need this. Let's just check if this would be better. Then we could use that side. Nope. We take this. We tear this in half, and that is so great. This is, I'm so thankful that I can make videos like this, because, and that you like those videos, because this, exactly what's happening here, gives me the chance to come up with new ideas I would probably never have without these kinds of videos, like, you know, sitting down here and deciding spontaneously what I want to do. I would never in my life come up with these ideas, and that's just because of you. You know, you are here with me and we are doing this together. Okay, that is so cool. Let me explain what I'm thinking. This is glued down here, here, and here. Originally, I thought I want to take this and put that in here like it just was a second ago. But we can do that better. If we don't find a pencil, we can take an awl to be able to cut the corners of this paper off. Just like this, so that this gets the shape of the paperback handle, like so. Let's quickly check. Yeah, so that, you know, nothing is peeking out. Ooh. What have I done here? Oh, let's cut off a little more. Not too much, Louise, please. And then let's take this and glue this down. I will put the glue only to the outside, because then this whole thing gets not so stiff. Learned that trick from Barbara at 49 Dragonflies. Thank you. And then I line this up with, go in there, with the page edge here. You could even, you know, do it not 100% exactly, and then trim that off later. Let's press this down so that this is now completely glued down. I will quickly correct this. So now you could either leave this in the air and then you can take what you want to put in here and just put it in here like so. Then you have something else here, and if you take it out, then you see this. But why don't we, if this bothers us a little bit, that this is like moving around, why don't we glue this down? It's a little bit, yeah, I have to put the glue only to this side because it's peeking out a tiny little bit. So let's put the glue like this, press that down, then you have a frame for this. This doesn't move anymore, can't bother me anymore. Yes, 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 thank you. And then you can take what you want to put into the pocket. This is a little bit too big now, but then you can put that in like so. I have this little tag. It's perfect. It's just perfect. This is from a ticket. I wanted to go to this concert by Florian Künstler. He's a German singer and songwriter, really, really gorgeous musician. We couldn't make to go there, so I had 2 tickets, which are now cut into collage pieces, a tag, journaling stuff, you know, and are part of this journal. And I just wanted to show you what happened in the German video when I wanted to turn the ticket into a journaling card. It happened that I ended up with a pocket. Look. Obviously, this is part of the ticket, so this is Florian, and the other part of the ticket that was, you know, somewhere here, and it was like approximately like, wait, I think it was like this. No, that is not correct. It was like this. Now I have it. And this was the full ticket. Here have been some other things. I have then seen that the horizon here has, this water has the same color like here on my printable. This is obviously from the White Lawn printable as well. So I decided to cut here into the ticket, fuzzy cut him out, and cut here, so then I could make this little tag from the leftover, and now he's sitting among these white flowers. Isn't this just amazing? I mean, please tell me that you like this. I was so surprised when I saw that, how cool that looked. I mean, with this blue jacket and, you know, his clothes, it looks so, so great. I'm so in love. And now this is a pocket, but, you know, this is a little bit too small. It will disappear here, but that's where this tag came from. And now I can then put that in here somehow if I want, and I think that is perfect. I will put it not completely in now because the glue is not dry here yet. And yeah, then I have that here. I really like that. Some of you have asked if there will come a full flip through of this, or a final flip through of this journal, and the answer is of course yes, but until now I can't tell you exactly when this will come, because I want to take this journal and I want to do some more things in it when I put, for example, my furniture into my new apartment, because that, when I record this, hasn't happened yet. And I want to take the journal with me, you know, and do some other things, and perhaps I will find the time to finally journal in this journal. Some of you have written that what I'm doing here is already journaling, and I really appreciate that, and I see that exactly the same. But in the beginning I made this plan of really writing in the journal, even if this is journaling as well, but you know what I mean. And because of that, I can't tell you a date when the flip through is going to come. but it will come, and then you will see what I have done in here. And I also have a little, or basically 2 or 3 little surprises for you. I can't talk about that yet, but you will see that coming as well. One of those things, those little surprises, will come hopefully when everything goes like I have planned it. Comes really, really, you know, in the close future. Is that a word? And the other things will come a little later. I have some things in mind, and I also found out something yesterday. I was freaking out. A really cool thing that will come. So what am I trying to do here? I want to explain that a final flip through is going to come, and some more exciting things. And I'm really hoping that you stay tuned for those things to come, and that we will see again for future adventures, no matter what that might be. Like, for example, a new technique or new ideas. What we could do in our journals or on our journals or without our journals. And yeah, I hope you are as excited for that as I am. If you have also perhaps made yourself such a journal, no matter if it is with items from a construction site or a move, or you could even use this idea for a travel journal or something like that, then you perhaps want to know how I go on with this now. I will take all of the pieces I have here from my collage photo buffet. I mean, we've used a lot of those in this video, but I want to use them all up in this journal, and I will add some finishing touches like this, for example, and for that I use the pieces I have made before for my collage photo buffet, so that is then in the end empty, and I have everything that I want to have in here. And then, no, that is too much. I have also at the same time all of my memories of this time in here. At the same time I have some pockets, so like for example this, I will probably make some more of those to be able to then perhaps journal a little bit with, you know, writing something. When I say journaling, I mean writing, even if this is journaling as well. And the goal is to have all of those collage photo pieces in here somehow. And I think this step is one of the most fun steps for me, when I have a journal which is like nearly finished, and then I can sit down and just glue things down and add those finishing touches without the need of thinking extremely much. That is good for me, because, you know, thinking is not so easy for me. Oh, we still have this. And yeah, perhaps you want to try something like that as well with your collage photo pieces if you have made some. And I wish you a very, very great and creative day, and hopefully we will see the next time with some other things. Bye bye.